G'day, how you going? It's November the 17th, 2012, and I'm Gabriella, and I'm saying g'day. Well, why have I done the chat today? Let's get rid of the glasses. One, just to tell you that everything's still on track. Money's still the problem, but we'll get there. Harriet still's not had her babies. That's my baby dog, which probably many of you might have met, either from Facebook or from YouTube. But still waiting for the passport. I expect it to come sometime today. Sometime Monday or Tuesday. And then I can book my plane ticket and get off to Thailand. About January the 20th or 21st I leave, and my operation's Australia Day on January 26th. You might have noticed there's a difference in the voice. Yeah, I am getting there. It's just taking a little bit more effort than what maybe shouldn't have. But it'll get there. So, what else can I say? The love life. The love life's still pretty average. Nothing real happening. Seems to be a few ladies interested, which is really cool because I'm bisexual anyway. So I do prefer women. Doesn't matter if I'm going to have a sex change or what. That's what people have got to understand, that transgender does not change your sexuality. Your sexuality is your sexuality, and that's as simple as that. It might soften some of your ideologies a little bit, but it does not change your sexuality. You are who you are. It's as simple as that. It's the same as we were born this way, and that's life. The newspaper article went off really well in the paper. It's grabbed quite a few looks. It's probably making people, probably look up and take a little bit more notice. There has been complete massive change in how I look, from how I used to look even 12 months ago, really. The face has changed quite a lot. Still can see resemblance of old bits and pieces of me. You can never get rid of them. That's just an impossibility. I'm not going to be spending, tens of thousands of dollars to get facelifts and all that crap. So the wish list is the nose. From when I got married many, many years ago, about 27, or roughly 26 years ago. So that's to be fixed, as well as the SRS, which is sexual reassignment surgery, and over in the in America it's called GRS, which is gender reassignment surgery. Not much difference. What else can I tell you? You can see my face. This is no makeup. This is what laser will do after you spend, a lot of money. I've spent nearly $1,600 on laser on my face. It does a few things. One, it removes the dark hairs and the dark shadows. It does do that. It slightly softens the skin as well. And my personal belief, and I don't know if this is true, this is just probably my little weirdness, but I also think it modifies a little bit of fats underneath the skin as well, because just the areas where it is have worked, which is from here to here, that area there, you can see, it's worked quite well. Why don't I wear a lot of makeup? I'm not a real big makeup girl. I do wear a bit of eyeliner. I haven't got any on today. I do wear makeup if I go out for any special reason. I'm just a very casual type of person. It's just how I am. And it's how I perceive most women, too. Most women don't wear a lot of makeup. If you got to wear a lot of makeup, it means they're hiding a lot of things. Either their drug addiction, they're alcoholic, or bad nights, or they're not happy with themselves. Well, I'm sorry. I am happy with myself. And that's really sad for the people who really hate me, because it's something they don't want to see or don't want to know about. Some of the big news is I've shut down all old sites now, or in the process of it. I've done the Yahoo, And I've done my Facebook account, so there's no longer a Gary Wissell accounts anymore, because that's what my old name used to be. It was Gary James Wissell. They're closed down. I mean, they serve their purpose for the short time as they've been around, well, for the time they've been around. But I don't go to them very rarely. Did I go over them? I only went there just to check to see if there's any emails or friends requests, and then redirect the friends over to where they should be, which is to Gabriella if they want to be friends. And even some, it's strange, you know, even some family members who, you know, go to Gary's site and want to be added, and yet, you know, it's weird because, like, they all should know, even blood family, which not live here but over in Victoria, know that, you know, I'm Gabriella. I'm legally Gabriella. I'm fully legally Gabriella. I'm even legally classed as a woman, which is really cool. Yeah, and I've still got that thing down there, but not for long. What else can I tell you which will make it a little bit thrilling or a little bit more entertaining? Yeah. I'm still fine-tuning friendships. Is that what is the right word term to use? I mean, I don't associate very much at all now locally with people or in my local area. That's my choice. Partly because I don't believe in the sincerity of their friendships. And to me now, that's very, very important, the sincerity and genuineness of their friendship. I mean, if I have any doubt of it, it's I back away, or I just, you know, basically not delete the friendship, if that's probably the wrong word to do, but I put the so-called friendship into a back burner. That's the easiest way of putting it. It's not relevant to my life or in my current form of life anyway. I've been chatting with a very, very beautiful lady. It's looking very, very promising, but, you know, it's only early stages. Who knows if it's going to grow? She knows all about my past and all about my future, so there's nothing hidden. So we can hopefully that's going to really grow, because that'd be really, really cool. She seems a really, really intelligent lady. She is very beautiful. A lovely, beautiful blonde lady. I mean, that goes well. Dark hair, blonde hair, perfect match. What else can I say? Not much. Yeah, there's not much more I can tell you. I am very, very happy. I mean, I do have my moments when I get depressed, and I'm a woman, and so I do have my moments when I do cry, and I'm not ashamed of it. Usually I cry sometimes, you know, at what I call the loss of honesty and sincere friendships. You know, they weren't honest, they weren't sincere, and that's really sad, because it's like, it's their loss, it's not my loss. I mean, it's hurtful to me because I have to end the friendships, or I don't have to associate them, but it's not my loss, it's that person's loss. I mean, if they can't understand, well, if they can understand the beauty and the love of what he had for them, and how he cared about them, and what he did for them over the years, and he did a lot, a real lot, and they can't understand the beauty and the joy and the happiness I'm experiencing being the real me without having anything hidden away deep in the dark closets. I mean, that's just been like one big, huge weight off my shoulder, is not having that secret, not having to be careful that no one would see that femininity come out, suppressing it, you know, keeping it. I mean, that was a huge effort. A very, very, very big effort was to hide this. And I mean, this is far better in my eyes and in my mind, and in my body health. You know, it's really hard to, well, it's not hard, it's just probably hard for you to imagine, but as a male person, and I am not a male, so let's really get that quite clear. I may have that down there, but that's as far as it goes. But as a male person, I used to suffer a lot of pain, and I used to keep it hidden as well. I mean, I used to get a lot of abdominal pain. I also used to bleed. And they say only women bleed. Well, hello, I must be a woman because I've bled for 33 years. They could never find out why. I mean, they did colonoscopies, endoscopy, barrier mill, enemas. They did everything over the 33 years to try and discover why I would bleed. And they could never understand why. And the funny thing about it is, 1 week after I started my testosterone blocker, at that time was called spirolactin, it stopped. No blood. It stopped. I mean, it stopped bleeding. After 33 years, it stopped. The pains went from my stomach area. My body health increased. My blood pressure, well, being a 49-year-old person, smoking pot for 35 years and smoking cigarettes 25 a day, I should not have the blood pressure I have or had. And it's like, I think the last time it was done was like 80 over 30 or something of that nature. Very low. Well, not low, but very perfect. So all those factors, I mean, my skin, I mean, yeah, hormones make us up, but my skin's healthier in many respects. Just overall general health is, my whole body has changed in a very, very positive manner. Besides becoming more feminine in my attire and how I look and how my body features are, but it really, really has made a big difference. And I'm not saying this is going to do it for everybody. I mean, I know of cases where girls have done where it's gone the opposite, but they still continue to keep going to do what they need to do. I mean, to do this is a very, very overwhelming passion. It's you've really, really, really got to want it and know that it's you. I mean, because you're gonna put up with so much crap, and some of it just makes you laugh. I mean, especially when you see them, the same idiots, like, 18 months later, and they're fat pigs with a ponytail, and they think they're really beautiful. It's like, oh yeah, vomit. Yeah, you boys need to change your lifestyle. What else can I say? Anyway, can't say much more because I've covered it all. So I just wanted to touch base with you, let you know how I'm going, let you see the difference, even let you hear a slight bit of difference, because the voice has changed. And if you need any reference, you can go back to the beginning of these videos. I mean, I think there's now 26 to the collection, and over 1,416 viewers. I mean, that has just blown my mind. I did not expect that many viewers in 9 months. I mean, that has been truly, truly amazing and very, very pleasing. Whether it be the hater who's just trying to find out what's going on, or whether it be the future young person who's thinking of what are they doing in their life? Are they who they are? Do they need to change their life? I mean, I could say many things there. But yeah, so, and this is really, really important to my heart, and I think to probably nearly every transgender man and transgender woman in the world, is November the 20th is Transgender Remembrance Day, and it's remembrance of all the of all the transgender people who have died over years through abuse, murder, torture, and that's really, really sad. I mean, statistics show that we are probably the highest group of suicides. I mean, something like 41% sometimes knock themselves off. Not a nice term, but that's how it is. But the other really, really interesting statistic is about every 75 hours, there's a transgender person somewhere in the world either being bashed, murdered, raped, or something of that nature. And I mean, these are frightening statistics, and they're really, really bad. I mean, we're a modern world, modern societies, and some of them are still backwards, and it's really, really sad. I mean, they're backwards either for their narrow-mindedness, their religious fundamentalism, or the bigotry. It's just really, how does Julia Gillard, the misogynist? I love her. I love that word. So anyway, So please, on November the 20th this year, please take a moment and just think, of all those beautiful, beautiful women and men who have passed away through no fault of their own, but just the bigotry and narrow-mindedness of other people around the world. They've always been on my mind. I mean, it's probably one of the reasons why it took me nearly 20 years to get and do this in public arena like I am, is to have the fortitude, have the abilities to protect myself. That's probably the best way. And I can still protect myself. I might have lost, probably two-thirds of my mass in muscle mass, but it's changed into a different format. I don't work out like I used to work out, but I am going to be getting back into that. Come the new year, I'll get back into training again, and I won't have those guys down there, so they won't be influencing how everything develops, because they're very powerful boys. They can be influenced very easily. So, yeah. So enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend. I have now 9 weeks left to go before I'm in Thailand, and I have another 16 weeks of being a good girl until I can, I can rock and roll and party like I used to, with a few extras. And boy, I can tell you, there's a lot of frustration. These have been very, very trying years. One leading up to the transition starting and the 19 months of transition. I mean, they're very, very trying. They were testing on my mind. They were testing on my abilities to stay sane and not lose it. So just remember, November the 20th this year, take a moment and think. Just think that you wouldn't like your brother, your sister, or your best friend, if you truly, truly love them, to be one of those statistics. And I mean, you'd be really, really amazed how many there has been. I mean, transgender is the civil rights of today. It's the now. It's this year. It's next year. We've got to make it happen. We've got to be public. We have to show who we are. We have to let people know who we are. That we're the same people. In many, many categories, we're better than what we were before, if you want to put it. I mean, you may not see it. We do. We experience our life. We've experienced our life in many formats. We're truly lucky in some respects that, we can see both genders, and, we've seen it through both eyes, in a sense, if you want to put it that way. I mean, yeah. So, anyway, going over it again, November the 20th, please take a moment and just remember, it's Transgender Remembrance Day for all those trans men and trans women who have passed. I mean, I'm not religious, but I hope your souls are in happiness and you're not in any more terror. That's about all I can say. So I love you all. Be good, be safe, and sorry if this was boring, but yeah, I'm happy. Happy but sad. It's confusing, isn't it? It's like being bisexual. It's confusing.